In this video, we are going to learn how we can deal with the customer payments with early settlement discounts. So let's get started. We are going to see how we can receive the payment with the settlement of early settlement discount which we have offered to the customers. So in the last transaction, we can see that we have sold the garments to this particular customer against the order number. And at that time, we offered them 2% discount for the early settlement. Means, let's say that the normal term was they need to settle the invoice within 30 days. But we have offered them 2% discount if they settle within the 10 days. So this was the condition. Now on the very next day, we have received the check from Scott Anderson, which will be deposited in the Bank of America, and the customer wants to avail that 2% discount. So this is the amount that we should enter in the system after 2% discount. As you can see that if we apply this invoice equal to this divided by 98 multiply by 100, this will make the total to 2120,000, which is the exact total of this invoice amount. But since the customer is settling early, he will only pay this amount. So let's see how we can deal with this in QuickBooks. So in order to receive the payment from customer and avail the discount, I'll click on receive payments, and from here I'll choose the customer, and that is Scott Anderson, and he's paying us by check. So let's select the check of Bank of America. If you want to keep it as undeposited funds to be deposited later, we can also do this. But let's say we want directly to deposit in bank, and just select the check here. Now let's consider that only this invoice we need to avail the discount against, because it also had an opening balance, which let's say that they have told us that this invoices we will settle it later on, but for this we want to avail that discount. So click yes and mention the check number, put the date, which is 27th of January. And now we will apply the discount. I'll click on discounts and credits. And as you can see that it automatically mentioned that we are within the 10 days out of 30 days. So we can avail this 2% discount, which amounts to 2120,000. So let's actually check this. If I write 2120,000 and we multiply by 0.02, which is 2%, or let's write 2% here, hit enter, it is the same amount, 42,400. So let's apply this, but not in bad debt. It will be applied in discount, and which is customer discounts. Now again, I'm telling you that this depends on the company policy. You can either reduce it from the total balance as a negative income or the customer discounts. And otherwise, if the company says that the customer discount should be treated as cost of goods sold, or in fact an indirect expense, you can also do that thing as well. So it completely depends on you and your company policy. Some people treat it as cost of goods sold, some people treat it as negative income, some people treat it as income, some people treat it as indirect expenses. So this varies according to company. Let's hit done, and we are receiving this same amount, which is 2077,600. So guys, this is how we avail this. Let's click on save and new. Let's go back to check the reports, and I'll go to reports and click on transaction journal. Here it entered customer discount debit as a negative income, and against that our total account receivable amount will be reduced. That is perfect. And since we are receiving the less amount after the discount from the customer, the same amount will be receivable and deposited to bank. So this is the complete treatment of how you can deal with the customer discounts availed at the early settlement of their payment.